Hello everyone, today is August the 9th, 2018. It is a Thursday. We're at about 2 o'clock and I am just over the border from Virginia into North Carolina out on the Ridge Parkway. I was looking for this place right here called Fox Hunter's Paradise, and I know I'm right where it is because I just passed Cumberland Knob, and the next overlook on the right, that's where I'm at, but the sign is saying that this is High Piney Spur. Now my guess is some bleeding heart that works for the Park Service probably had this changed because they watched Fox and the Hound when they were a kid or something and did not want this beautiful overlook to be associated with a fox hunter. But at any rate, here we are at 2,805 feet above sea level. Now I know I've had a lot of scenic overlooks in my vlog, but honestly, how could you ever get tired of this? I'll do a little bit of a slow pan around for you guys. It's beautiful, isn't it? And if you look way off in the distance, you can, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, I can definitely see it out of here looking, but in the gray haze, right over here, somewhere right around here, I think this is it right here, that is Pilot Mountain. And if you'll remember on one of my first vlogs, last year I was working a fair out in North Carolina and I walked to the top of that mountain, and at the very top it had a plaque showing the view of Pilot Mountain from the Blue Ridge Parkway, and I mentioned that I had seen Pilot Mountain in the distance from the Blue Ridge Parkway when I was working a bluegrass festival in Virginia, and here we are, full circle. I am now back at that bluegrass festival, looking back at Pilot Mountain once again. I have something else to say while I'm up here, and this is taking a lot of guts to say this because this is something political, and I don't like to get political on this channel. I mean, I'm well over 125 videos, and this is really the first time I've said anything political, so if you don't agree with it, please don't just unsubscribe and try to kill me in social media. Just understand this is going to be the very rare occasion that I get political, but I think it's about that time where I actually gave you guys my point of view on something that I've been to the top of a bunch of mountains, and this is something that I have seen with my own eyes. This is an opinion that I came up with myself. Just look at this for yourself, guys. Just look at it and answer one question. What do you see? What do you see? You see trees, don't you? You see a thick carpet of green trees as far as the eye can see, with only a few smatterings of development and open spots where land has been cleared for farming and for industry. But for the most part, it's all a green carpet of trees as far as the eye can see. I see this same green carpet of trees from the top of Kennesaw Mountain, from the top of Stone Mountain, from the top of Pilot Mountain, from the top of so many mountains, all distances. All I see is trees, trees, trees. And then I get in the truck, and if I turn on public radio or something like that, I start hearing bleeding hearts talking about how there's loggers out there that are stripping America of their trees, and that we've got a thinner ozone, and how we've got less and less oxygen, and it's such a terrible thing that there's all this development going on. We need to keep our trees. We're losing trees every day. We're losing trees, we're losing trees, we're losing trees. And hearing this is very, very counter to what I'm actually seeing. People are leaving trees alone for the most part. Even right here, this little island that divides the turnoff from the main road, they've left the trees right here in the middle. They've left these trees alone. Developers are leaving trees alone as much as they possibly can. Dividers between major highways are covered in thick hedge lines of trees. Even in big businesses, there are islands in the middle of the parking lot where they have left the trees. If they can, they leave the trees. It's been preached to us now since childhood that trees are a precious thing. And so people are growing to adulthood, and they're leaving their trees in their yard. They're leaving the trees in the parking lots. They're leaving them by the roads. They're leaving the trees alone. And this view is a testament to that. It wasn't always like that. A good cleaned area was considered to be wealthy, where there was no trees and it was like nice and clean. But now people are leaving their trees. They're leaving them alone. Yes, there are a lot of houses still being built, a lot of businesses, a lot of factories, a lot of shopping centers are still being built with wood that comes from trees. But if you look into it, a lot of those trees are the fast-growing kind, like pine. And the wood is coming from tree farms. And what that has done, it's complied a lot with the new environmentalist regulations, which in part is a good thing. But it's also made it to where a 2x4 has tripled in price since I was a child, and it has, in turn, tripled the price of anything that's being built. So if any house, any building, any structure, over the past 20 to 30 years, the price, in a lot of cases, has tripled, because nobody's cutting trees down anymore. They have to only use the ones that they grow and are cheap and replenishable and renewable. Now, I'm not saying that is a terrible thing, but at this point in our industry, in the public attitude towards trees, we need to stop preaching that we need more trees, that we don't have enough trees, that trees are precious, that trees are this and trees are that. Look, we've got plenty of trees. You want to know where a lot of the pollution and oxygen-killing smog and stuff is coming from? It's coming from other countries that don't have our same environmentalist regulations, like China and Mexico and places like that. They're not conscious like us, like we've been preached to since we were kids, and so they're pretty much where we were back in the 50s and 60s. They're stripping their natural resources, they're cutting down all their trees, they're using coal, dirty coal energy, and not using the ammonia scrubbers to clean the smoke before it comes out of their factories. And you want to see the environmentalist damage is coming from those countries. It's not coming from us anymore. And so instead of continuously preaching to the choir, I think it's about time we started focusing our attention on what the problem actually is and stop doing this whole save the trees thing anymore. We're done with that, guys. We all love our trees. The trees are here to stay. Now let me stress so there's no misinterpretation. I am not trying to say, go cut all the trees down. We need to just start going back to the way we were back in the 50s and just cut these down and float them down rivers and create whole little villages around the logging industry that turn into ghost towns as soon as all the trees have been cut down. And we need to go back to doing that so that the prices of our houses go down and we just start just stripping all these trees out. No, that's not what I'm saying. Please don't think that is what I'm saying. I believe that where we are environmentally is a good place, a sustainable place. And what I'm trying to say is we need to stop doing the whole American guilt, where we feel like we are the world's problem. We are not the world's problem anymore. We should be putting blame where blame is due. That's all I'm trying to say, is that stop doing the whole preachy American guilt. If you really wanted to get Americans to help the environment, the thing you should be preaching to us about more than anything else is how much we eat hamburgers. Because look into it. Cow farts causes more problems in this country than anything else. So there you go. And so I'm going to leave you with this. If there's still people out there preaching to you American guilt and trying to make you feel like we are the world's problem, think about their motivation. Why are they trying to make you feel guilty like that? Are they, in fact, trying to control you? That is something I want you guys to think about, and I'm going to leave you with that. Okay, that's it. That's my political message for today. I really hope you guys don't come down on me like a sledgehammer for this, but it's my point of view, and I felt like it was about time somebody said it.